his last performance against Edwin De Los Santos, Shakur Stevenson is now deemed the runner. All right, so here's the thing. Uh, After that performance, many people believe that if Shakur Stevenson ever jumped in the ring with Gervonta Davis, that he would run. He would run from Tank because Tank has way more devastating power than Edwin De Los Santos. So that means Shakur Stevenson will run from Tank Davis just like he ran from Edwin De Los Santos. But the thing is, what people leave out for some convenient reason is that Shakur has already been in the ring with Tank. And even if it was sparring, and they both got significantly better since they sparred, he still has been in the ring with Tank Davis, and he still has an idea what Tank brings. He still has an idea on how to move in the ring against Tank, but I don't hear anybody really talking about that. He's been in there with Tank already, and this is the thing, man. I don't subscribe to the whole Shakur. It's the whole scared of power thing. It kind of baffles me a little bit because Shakur knows what Tank. Even back then Tank was much faster. He was younger. He was always had that power. It never went anywhere. So all Shakur had to simply do was like say, I don't want to spar Tank. He's too strong. Or, he has power. I don't want to feel that power. Even with those gloves, there's reports that even with the bigger gloves and sparring, the headgear, that Tank Davis hurts people in the ring all the time. Even with that stuff. So Shakur being smaller, they saying Tank hurt bigger dudes in sparring with the headgear and all of the bigger gloves. So Shakur is smaller. He would definitely get hurt in the ring. But he jumped in the ring with Tank anyway. So I don't really buy this whole thing that he's afraid of punching power. I just think he don't like to get hit, bro. None of us like to get hit. And I think by him not really getting hit a lot, not saying he's supposed to stand there and get punched to see if he can take it. Because that's a risk for any fighter, man. Anybody is a risk. You stand there letting somebody punch you to see if you can take one. Even Tank doing that could be bad for him eventually, man. Somebody that has some real snot on their punch and they hit him the wrong way, he can get knocked out too. I know he's a tank and all of this, but he can still get knocked out. Eventually, he's gonna meet his match. That's just what it is. And it might even be somebody with no power that knocks him out or could probably crack Tank and hurt him, just because he's too overconfident in his chin. There's a thing where you can be too overly confident in your chin, and then let your chin become your fucking your defense or your offense. Like a lot of these fighters used to do, like fucking what's that fighter? Like Adam Kaunowski. Yeah, like a fighter like that's so confident in their chin that they eventually don't realize that your punch resistance is gonna go down eventually if you keep letting people hit you like that. And Shakur, I guess, is saying, I don't want that to be me. And I get it. A lot of people, oh man, he still got to take risk. Look, man, we not in there with him. We don't see what he see. Only he knows what he sees, man. But him running from Tank, I don't think that's gonna happen. And I know it's gonna say, well, they don't have on headgear in the ring, and they got smaller gloves on, so Shakur's gonna be a little bit more cautious. Man, listen. Even Tank himself. Did Tank say that Shakur ran from him when they sparred? Tank is very vocal. He would say, yo, Shakur didn't want no parts of me in sparring. He ran the whole sparring match. He didn't even say that about Devin. They both stood there with Tank and fought him. They fought him. And I don't think it'll be any different in a pro fight. Shakur would be cautious. Absolutely. He has to be, especially with a Tank Davis. He probably was cautious when they were sparring. It's no problem. I'm pretty sure he was. And here's the thing with that. Shakur has developed since he sparred Tank. So Tank could have knocked Shakur out in sparring, but he didn't. So you think with the development, they both got better, but do you think he's going to definitely knock Shakur out now that Shakur has got significantly better. I doubt it. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, yeah, of course he's not gonna knock out Shakur because all Shakur gonna do is run. And this goes back to what I've been saying. If Shakur was on the back foot against Tank for most of their fight, if they ever fought, whose job is it to make sure Shakur pays the price for being on the back foot all night? It's Tank's job to make sure. That's Shakur's. So does Tank have the skill set to negate that? I'm not sure, bro. I don't know. We don't know until they fight. He definitely don't have the reach like De Los Santos did. So that's probably why I don't think Shakur will run away from Tank as much as he moved on. Y'all keep talking about his power, but bro, Tank's arms are shorter, and Tank will have to leap in a little bit more, and then he'll get countered, bro. I'm telling you, that's probably what that fight ended up looking like. I think Shakur, to the contrary to what a lot of y'all might think, I think he'll be a little bit more aggressive in there against Tank than he was against Edward De Los Santos. I think simply because Tank, his dimensions are different, they're smaller, and because he's been in there with Tank, he has some kind of an idea on how Tank moves in the ring. So he's gonna take that into consideration if he ever fought him. And I'll say this by closing this video. Tank said some things about the Shakur fight. What did Tank not say though? I want Shakur next. Let's fight. We'll leave it there. Subscribe, like boxing. I'll catch y'all later.